Today we're going to look at interactivity on our applets. One thing we've already seen is a method that gives us some interactivity, the wait for click method. You have to click the applet before the action takes place. So two more types we're going to go with. Well, we're going to expand the mouse click one, and then we're going to add keystrokes as well so that we can get input from the mouse and input from the keyboard. And in the programming world, these are going to be considered events. And the way we respond to these events are based on things called listeners, which are other methods that listen or wait for an event to happen. Once that event takes place, they'll take some action based on that. In order to use those, we'll have this new import statement, java.auth.event. AWT is the abstract Windows toolkit. It's been around for a long time, and it just allows us to respond to various changes in the program. Now, mouse listener isn't as frequently used as mouse motion listener is. So when we have the mouse moved one and mouse dragged, that's something we can also use when the mouse button is held down. And these are things you can play with and add to your program. When you can even get locations, like if there's a click on the mouse, we would have this method, public void mouse clicked, and then we have an event here called mouse event E. And then you could throw these and print these or use that information to see if, say you've clicked on the appropriate thing. If there's something on the screen you wanted to click at and it has a certain location, we can compare the X value and the Y values of the object we want to click on with where our mouse clicked. So it can be very useful for video gaming. But first we need to ensure that we're listening for the events. So we'll have a method on there called add mouse listener. And you'll see all this in a program in just a minute. And here's what the program looks like. We have our ACM graphics, our three imports that we've been using, java.auth.event. So this class called mouseClick, when we start, we're going to add mouse listeners. So that way our ears are on, so to speak, to listen for events. And then we have this new method, public void mouse clicked, mouse event E. And a click is registered as an event. And then it says system.out.print, you click the mouse. Notice that'll print to the command box. What I'd like you to do is add the previous methods, our E, which is our event, e.getX and getY, and also print those out, concatenate it, or use separate print statements just to print out the location on the screen of where your mouse clicks. And note that there's no run method, but it's going to work it can work in the run method as well. But we want to set this up when the program initializes, or else we could get some long-term issues. So we'll be working with several methods now. And here are some of the additional methods. After you've been able to print your X and Y location, check out these various ones we can use. So we're using mouse clicked. You can also use it just when if you want to get more specific, just when the mouse button is pressed and released. Or you can have something when the mouse rolls over the canvas or our applet, and then once it leaves the screen. So you can maybe, in a situation, pause the game. If you've ever played a flash game, something like that online, and your mouse accidentally leaves the screen and you're still trying to control it and the controllers aren't working, that might be because someone failed to account for that. But you can instead have, like when the mouse leaves the screen, have the game pause. Might be a way of doing something. All right, that's it for today. So get, like I said, get your mouse clicks working, show the coordinates, and then you're welcome to goof with one more of those methods.